Welcome back to another episode of The Road to 2200. Looks like we've got a Queen's Gambit declined here. I am 1953. My opponent's 1954. We are evenly matched. Let's do this. Okay. Let's see. I changed things up a bit. I'm gonna go there. I think I've been going here now. No, I've been going here first. And then before I push this, I've been putting the knight here so that when I push, it transposes if they back up. And if it doesn't, if they take, then I go here. For some reason, I haven't really liked having my bishop be there. Okay. Yeah, so let's do this. We'll do our standard stuff. Interestingly, we could take here since they already moved the bishop. And that's kind of a standard trope. But in sort of my research of this position and the games that hasn't quite worked out for me. Now this is bizarro. What are we even doing? So we've opened up this diagonal on the king. We've taken away the square the knight wants to go. What is happening? All to prevent this knight from coming in here? That makes zero sense to me. So I'm thinking of going here. Knight to h5. If they take, I take. It lets me go here. They could push this pawn. And that looks very messy. Like they almost have to castle queenside at that point. And I kind of have a ready-made attack over there. So I'm very confused about what my opponent did with that move and how I should respond. There's another part of me that says we could come back and come around this way. Like if I go here and then they push here, that knight is in danger. Man, so weird. What are they doing? Or do I just ignore this and go on and play my game, which would be like play c5 here? I don't think so. I don't think I do that. I think I go here and I say, what are you doing about this? Yes, I made my knight worse. Okay, you go back. I think I'm fine with here. Then if they go there, like I said, they're just very weak over there. I think I can just come all the way back even. Like I think this just provokes a weakness. And maybe they could say, sure, I provoked a weakness in you. Wow. Okay, things are getting wild now. They're willing to give up their right to castle because their theory is in a couple moves I can just hand castle and it'll be fine. So we have a very limited amount of time if we want to say I don't agree with you. And by moving this knight back, we've sort of caused ourselves some problems, right? Because first of all, they're threatening to win a pawn here, which is quite annoying. Okay. We have something interesting here, like takes. No, then they have this. Like, this kind of went sideways on us. All because I moved this knight away. Alright, I'm going to go here. And then what? I go here, here. And I'm not sure where I go from there. Maybe I go here first. He takes. I go here, kick him away. Where does he go? Yeah, I think that's what I want. I think I like the king here rather than that setup. Oh, no, I don't think so, actually. I think I'll end up doing that. I'm also wondering if with this knight here, do we have something like here? And no, we don't. But I think I'm going to kick him. If he goes there, I think that's okay for us. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this... maybe I played this all wrong. That seemed like I should have been able to make more happen here than I've been, which is going down a pawn with zero compensation. The only compensation I have is that, like, you know, he's a little bit slow now. But I'm not sure that's going to be enough compensation. Guess if I go here, this pawn is weak. Not that we can hit it right away, but we could do stuff where we end up hitting it. I think that's what I want to do. Let's go here. Maybe not, because now they can go there. That was probably a foolish plan. Just let them hand castle even. Yeah, that was dumb. I should have gone here. The reason I didn't want to go here is I just really want to be able to put a knight on one of those squares. Okay, I think that was probably not the best move there. What are we doing? Here. Here. Yeah, I'm going to go here first. Because this is going to allow... Ooh, this looks worrisome. I have one move. Oh my goodness. Things are kind of falling apart. But now I at least have another piece. If I can get this in, you know, that's something. So, like, they kind of have to move the rook right now. No, I guess they don't. Never mind. But I am probably going to go, oh, okay. Yeah, so they're just kind of bringing it now. And they're like, I can push all these pawns on your queen's face. Which is not great. Not the best. Yeah, this is really blowing up in my face. Okay. Is this like the only move other than this and then that? Which maybe actually is what we would love to provoke. Go here, here, then like takes. No, I don't think so. I think we're going to go here. It's a very weird, quite dynamic position we have going on here. I'd like to get the rooks involved, and I thought I was so close. Man, if I could have gotten bishop h3 in, I would have felt quite good about my position. Instead, I feel quite bad about it. Kind of amazing how one change like that can have such a dramatic effect. So the other problem is, like, knight here does what? Like, nothing? I will probably go like here, here. But I don't know. This all looks very slow in a position that feels very dynamic. But maybe I can be slow here. I don't know. It's one of the hardest parts of chess is like the problem is even if I want to be fast, I don't see anything that allows me to really amp things up. Other than a very provocative move, bishop g4, which would, if they took the sack, I end up getting my knight in very quickly. But the problem is, by moving this knight back and having it clog up the whole back rank, it's still hard for me to get everything involved. But that is an interesting idea. Okay. I like that my opponent is making moves that look very slow and letting me advance. Like, I can go now here to here, which I like a lot. Because then I can put this rook here, go here, I'm on this now. Like, those pawns are really tenuous. Yeah, my next move is probably rook e8. Okay, just continuing to move pawns. Yeah, let's just go here. That looks solid. Hitting this pawn. This will be the next move if they allow it. There's always this. Okay, I thought they might do something like that. That doesn't worry me that much. This was the plan. I think this still works pretty well. Now we're on this pawn. We're on this pawn. I can go here to be on this pawn again. I could go here to be on this pawn and this pawn. I could go there. Like, I've got a lot of ways now that maybe finally the king being stuck is going to be a problem. Okay, they're threatening a fork there, which is annoying. Ooh, wow. This looks very interesting. So we've got the check. If they take, everything comes in, right? It's like boom, boom, boom. Is it enough though? No, because this also hits it. So this pawn is very well guarded. And if I go here, and I go say there, what is my follow-up with this knight? I don't really want the follow-up to be that. What can we do here? One thing I can do is go here. And then if... No, that guy can end up getting stuck. Yeah, I'm going to go here. And if he goes here, I might go here. The problem, I guess, is this move would probably win. Takes. I don't know. Maybe not. I would lose a piece, but then the kings opened up. Okay. I was wondering if they were going to do that. There's interesting ideas of going here. And then if they took and I took... I don't think I want to close off that pawn. One of the next moves I want to make is this. So I think I'm going to go here with the idea of this followed by this if they push. I didn't expect that. Okay, first of all, I didn't see he could even attack that piece. And then this wins the game. Yeah, wow. What a terrible way to end this game. I just feel like my opponent didn't play well, and I just did not capitalize. And it really took me out of my game trying to capitalize and took me into some weird area. I didn't know what was happening. Ended up dropping a pawn. Now I'm dropping a piece. It's been pretty messy. Just trying to figure out what's the best way to do it. I guess it's just simply give up the piece and say, yeah, okay, I probably lost here. I can't even push this because I was dumb and went here. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'll go here. Yeah, so this one is very, very much over now. All the dynamism is kind of gone now. It's just my opponent with a really big center, me with a couple of rooks that are not really doing anything. They're up, a piece and a pawn. They can just kind of do whatever they want, and the game is done. That's too bad. Okay, so they did move. They go there. Yeah, that seems good. And then if they take here, can't we just go here and then we pin them? Oh, we just dropped. Wow. Okay, I really checked out there. Oh my god. Okay, that's a good lesson at the end there. Is like if you're gonna I just stopped playing, and at that point, if you're gonna stop playing, just resign. Don't keep moving pieces to just move pieces. Just resign. Because there was chances for comebacks there, but my brain turned off. Okay, so looking at the opening, yeah, wait, okay, sure, this is all stuff that seems fairly normal to me. Okay, so here, this isn't great actually because of takes, and we end up with that was very annoying. We end up with a no, that seems fine. Okay, well, for some reason this is not even a move people play, which is weird because I thought that was my repertoire exactly. Okay, and then they went here, which was such a weird move. The engine says, yeah, of course you have a little bit of a lead now. That was a very weird move. The problem is, this was a bad move. This is like a terrible move. What I didn't respect was this pawn situation for some reason. Like, I could have just taken here first. Then they take. Then I go here if I really want to do that. The engine says that doesn't really get us much. What we should do is just play the normal moves I would have played here. It's like, this is what I would normally here. I would have played this. And this is the number one engine move. That's what I would have normally played in this spot if they hadn't made this Bizarro move. And then the engine says you're fine. And we just play like a normal game of chess. We do this. This is all the normal stuff. I don't know, maybe they'll take here, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just play here. And this is just a normal game. So, what a valuable lesson in, like, when your opponent does something weird, it doesn't mean it's bad. That I know. But when it's F3, and you're like, what? Huh? Like, that has to be bad. It has to be. And it completely altered how I played. And I made this ridiculous move, which, I mean, let's say that this had happened. Like, this was, like, best case scenario or something. Like, really? What's so great about this? Like, I have no attackers. I took my one knight that was good and moved it back. And now all I have is my queen wandering around. And the engine is like, yeah, white's crushing you. Like, white's up a whole point and they don't have any material on you. I mean, I guess they're about to. But still. Ugh. That's so frustrating that I sort of fell into this trap. And I think it's very instructive. Like, you just have to... Like, maybe there were games where this would have been really bad and I would have had a great attack. But in those games, it probably wouldn't have involved moving my only piece that could have attacked to the back, right? Probably also this knight would have been somewhere better. Like, maybe here. Maybe this bishop is here. Like, there's pieces ready to attack. I'm, like, ready to attack with 0 pieces. I'm like, all right, let's go. I moved my knight back. I'll have this one queen after this exchange. Let's do it. Like, what? How is this an attack of any form? What am I even thinking? Okay, so I went for this attack. Attack, in quotes. What's really annoying is here, before I made this move, I saw this. And I was like, I don't really want to go. Why didn't I want to go here? What am I even talking about? This is the same thing, only I'm not down a piece. I mean, not down a pawn. So I don't know what I was doing in this game. This is a very weird, frustrating game. So I kick him, he goes back, and this is like basically all the things I calculated, except going there was a mistake, because he could have gone here. Didn't see it, went here instead, which is just as good, apparently, according to the engine. And now I'm just left in this, like, what am I even doing here? I'm down a pawn. I don't have an attack. My only piece developed is that queen. Like, what? I did this all on purpose? Huh? Ugh. And now the engine says, like, white can do anything they want, and you're just in a really bad spot. And then this, of course, won the game instantly. It was a nice little tactic. Boom, boom, boom. Not a hard tactic, but still a nice one. And then I played on, and when they pushed this pawn, I was like, I'm not even playing chess anymore. Now I'm just moving pieces. And then I lost my queen. And that's it. So, I mean, there's really one giant takeaway for me is, like, when your opponent makes a weird move, yes, it should alter what you do. It should. It should definitely alter what you do. But it shouldn't alter what you do to the point where it doesn't make sense what you're doing, right? Like, your move should still make sense in the position. It shouldn't be like, well, he played f3. I mean, now I must checkmate them. Like, that is a crazy idea. And to move the knight back to do it is even wilder. Okay. Well, there's really not much more to say about this game. This game was a travesty, and yeah, hopefully I will remember 2 lessons. One, that f3 here is apparently fine, and 2, you can't just conjure up an attack when there's no attack. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you next time on the road to 2200.